Hi, everyone, and welcome to our class, our first Zoom chat class. And today we are going to be talking about video streaming options. Lauren is going to be leading our discussion, but maybe we'll just go around once and introduce ourselves. My name's Philip. I'm the program coordinator for the Senior Vitality Program.
I'm Angela DiMartino. I am the Wellness Program Manager and Program Manager for Senior Vitality at Curry.
Hi, my name is Lauren. I'm the Senior Vitality Assistant at Curry.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. As I mentioned, Lauren's going to lead this discussion, and Angela and I will chime in every now and then, but we're all here together to learn about the many, many options that are available now for video streaming. It just seems like they're endless. So Lauren's going to break that down and tell us about the advantages, disadvantages, the costs, and the way to get it on your iPad for use. All right, thanks, Lauren.
Okay, so I know that there's a lot of talk, especially about new shows out, and there's so many different places to watch them. And one, I guess, the most popular one is Netflix. So I'm just going to share my screen with you all. Okay, so here's my iPad, and below I have all the video streaming apps that I'm going to talk about, and on the left is Netflix. And to download this app, it's just through the App Store right here, and you would search for Netflix, and it's usually the first app that pops up. So Netflix, and it's the black square with the red N in the middle. First, we need to create our account because without having an account, we can't use Netflix. So if you go to netflix.com and you do sign up, you get to this page that has all the options for the plans. So you tap see the plans, and then they lay out all the different options for plans that you can get. There's 3 options: basic, standard, and premium. They really try to advertise the most expensive one, but you only really need the basic option. So make sure you tap basic, which is $8.99 a month, and then continue at the bottom.
Hey, Lauren, before they get the app on their iPad, they would go to a Safari page, right? And this is where they would find this information about Netflix, right?
Yeah, they can, I guess it can work, either way. They can do this and then, because they have to go into the app. So yeah, that makes more sense.
Okay, great.
Sorry about that.
No.
Okay, and so once you select your plan, it takes you into this step where you have to enter your credit card information and create an email and a password for this account. So the tip is to make sure you use the most used email, so probably your cscpsv.org email, and then create a password that you'll remember, so you can sign in and make sure you write it down in case you forget. And so once I press continue, then it's going to take me to enter my card details. So I'm not going to show you guys that, but then once I have completed this sign-in process, I'm going to tap the home button and open the Netflix app. So then you would just tap sign in and enter the email and the password that you just created on the Safari page. But I'm already signed in. And this is what...
Hey, Lauren, people using Netflix can keep themselves logged in, right? They don't have to log in and out all the time with the app. They can just keep it logged in, right?
Exactly. And so that makes it easy if you just want to go straight into watching your show again. You don't have to look up your password and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a good question. So this is what the Netflix home screen looks like. At the top, it has your menu where you can filter just TV shows. So if I tap TV shows, it'll only show me TV shows. And then I can further filter by genre. So if I was really wanting to find a new action TV show, I would tap action and it's only going to show me action TV shows. Same thing with movies. You can choose movies as well. And this shows all the genres. And that's what the home screen will look like. So this is if we were looking for a movie. And to go back to the home screen, we're just going to tap the red N in the top right corner. And sometimes if you know the title of your show that you're looking for, in the top right corner, there is a magnifying glass, and that's to search for a particular title. So if I knew that I was been waiting to watch The Crown, then I'll just type in usually I don't even have to type in the whole thing because it's a popular show. So there's The Crown, and I would just tap on it and just press play. Another thing you can do with Netflix that is really helpful if you have a couple particular shows that you like is add it to your list. So The Crown is already added to my list if you see the check mark in the middle of the screen. But if it wasn't added to my list, it would just be a plus sign like it is now. And I would just tap that, and now it's in my list of all my favorite shows that I want to watch. If I decided I didn't want to watch The Crown, there's an X in the top right corner, and it'll take me back to my search. And tap home to go back to the home screen. And if you want to look for your list of shows that you have saved, next to recently added at the top is my list, and it's going to show every show that I have favorited. So there's The Crown that I just added, along with some others that I did previously. Yeah, and that's basically the main features of Netflix. They're always coming out with new shows, and they usually show them at the top, like Bling Empire. But yeah, they have their own original series, and it's a really useful app. So yeah.
Cool. And so this is you can get all of this with the $8.99 plan, right?
Yeah, because there's no difference in what you get. If you pay more, you don't get more shows. You get the same library. And so I think that's important to note for sure.
Cool.
Okay.
So what other streaming apps have you been researching?
So another one that I really enjoy is called Prime Video. It's through the famous Amazon.com, and you also need an account for that one. But something that they do offer is that they have a discount for 50% off if you have a CalFresh or Medi-Cal card. So to get your Amazon Prime account, you just go to Amazon.com, and you're going to look for where it says Prime Video. So if you see Prime, if you tap Prime, there's a little drop-down menu, and you can do Try Prime. It's going to take you to this website, and in small font, right under the yellow bar, it says, have an EBT card or receive government assistance. So tap that, and it'll allow you to sign up and enter your account details for your EBT card, and that will get you the discounted rate, along with the first month free. So we're going to tap Get Started. And along with this, we also get free delivery for anything we order online from Amazon, the shows that come with Amazon Prime Video, and discounts and deals that they offer. So we're going to tap Get Started. And this is the same thing where we want to create our Amazon account, the gray bar at the bottom. And we're going to create our account, and then it'll take us into where it has us enter our EBT card details. And then from there, we'll enter our card details. And once we create an account and go through that whole process, we're going to use the email and the password that we entered here and sign into Amazon Prime Video, which is this app right in the middle, and it's kind of like a teal blue with white font in the middle. And I'm already signed in just to make it easier. And this is what the home screen of Amazon Prime Video looks like. So it'll have some popular shows at the top that they're really trying to promote. And then it'll also have what I've been watching. So I've been watching Veep and Knives Out, recently watched. And they also, if you scroll, have other things that they want to promote. But similarly to Netflix, they have at the top, you can filter between TV shows, movies, strictly Amazon Prime originals, which are what they produce, or if you want to watch a kids show, you can tap kids. So if I wanted to watch a TV show, I would tap TV. And this has all the TV shows that Amazon Prime offers. And also with Amazon Prime, you can search for a particular title, which is at the bottom, the magnifying glass. So if you tap search, it will take you where you can tap the top of the search bar and search for your title. And so I've watched a show that I really like. It's called The Marvelous and Mrs. Maisel. And it's already popping up, so I can tap it. And here it is, season 1. So I'll tap that, and it's going to take me to play where we can start the whole season. And you can also add it to your watch list. So if I add it to my watch list, that just goes, I think it goes in here. And now here is my watch list. So you're going to go to the avatar icon where it says My Stuff, and then Watch List. And here it is. And so that's Amazon Prime Video. It's pretty similar. All the video streaming apps are pretty similar to each other. So it does function a lot like Netflix, but Amazon Prime has a first month free, and it is $5.99 a month. So cheaper than Netflix. It does have a different catalog of shows. So Veep, Fleabag, or any of these other shows wouldn't be offered on Netflix.
And those Netflix shows, right? They're not available necessarily, of course, on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's how they get you.
And also, I was going to ask you, so on Amazon Prime, though, they'll have stuff that as you scroll through that, you'll find that you do have to pay for, right? Not everything, unless you, on the top right, I think it says free to me, right? If you.
Yeah, that's.
So if you have that toggled on, then that means that everything is at your disposal. You can watch whatever you want. But if it's not, then they might advertise things that you have to pay for still.
Right? Yeah. So like if I wanted to watch Veep, it looks like I'd have to pay. I'd have to buy the first episode. But as Philip mentioned if you tap the search magnifying glass, if you do included with Prime, it'll only show you shows and movies that are free. You don't have to pay extra for. And so and they also, if you can see, they have a little banner across the top left. It's pretty small here, but across the title, it should say Prime. So yeah.
Then my other question was, if I'm not mistaken, with Amazon Prime, there's a lot of other components too. It's not just a video thing. Like if you have an Amazon Prime membership, then you can get music and Whole Foods discounts and things like that, right?
Yeah, and free shipping and books, and so cool. It's a big service for $5.99.
Cool. All right, so what was the next one we were going to talk about?
So next we're going to talk about Hulu, which is a competitor of both Prime and Netflix. And similarly to Netflix and Prime, you have to sign up through Safari. So first we're going to go to Safari and search for signup.hulu.com, and it'll take you to this page right here. And it'll have an option to choose some other plans, but we just want to do where it says most popular. It's just Hulu, and that would be the first month free, and then after that first month, it's $5.99 a month. So we want to choose that one. The other ones are just more expensive. So then you tap select, and same with the others. You're going to enter your email, a password that you'll create, and just some personal information. Once you do that, you'll tap continue at the bottom, and it'll take you to enter the card details. And so once this process is finished, we're going to go into Hulu and use our email and password that we just created to sign in. And I've already signed in, so this is what it looks like once you're signed in. So this is the Hulu home screen, and similarly to Netflix, it does have where you can filter TV shows or movies just by tapping those words at the top. has the most popular show that is on right now on Hulu. And then it also has, we're under Keep Watching. This is what I've been watching recently. And so, oopsies. And so if I scroll, I can just pick up right where I left off on any of these. And they also have suggestions for me. So they kind of, I guess, know that I like kind of simple humor cartoon shows. So they've suggested Bob's Burgers to me. And so if that looks like something I'd want, all I have to do is tap and it'll load and I can say start watching. And it's also with Netflix and Prime. Hulu has a list, but they call it My Stuff. So if I wanted to add it to this small list of my favorite shows, I'll tap the plus sign. And now it's added, turns into a check mark, and now it's added to My Stuff. So if I tap the top, if I decide I don't want to watch Bob's Burgers anymore, I tap the top X in the top left corner, and I'm back to searching and scrolling. And at the bottom, there's the home button. So this takes me right to where we started. There's also My Stuff, which is what we just added Bob's Burgers to. And so this is in my list. So these are my favorite shows that I want to come back to or just don't want to forget about. There's also, you can do strictly for movies, things that are about to go off Hulu because they kind of change their library up a bit. And if you have live TV, which is more expensive. And there's also a search bar at the bottom with a magnifying glass where you can search for a particular title. And they also have shows that people are trending. So a lot of people are searching for it. So if it's something popular, you can just scroll and tap right to it. And so that is pretty much Hulu.
Does Hulu have commercials at all?
Yes, Hulu does have commercials. It's about a minute of commercials per like a normal ad break if it was on live television. But honestly, the commercials really aren't too much of a bother considering you have to pay about like $3 or $4 extra a month to get no ads. So I wouldn't recommend getting the more expensive one just to have no ads.
It gives you time to stand up off the couch, right?
Yeah, do a stretch.
Cool. So, yeah, I don't really have any more questions about Hulu.
Okay.
What other apps? I think Disney Plus was on your list too.
Yeah, so Disney Plus, we can go through that one quickly because it does look very similar and has the same sign up process to the other two. So you go to disneyplus.com, which will look like this. And then you're going to want to scroll down because they want you to do this bundle that is expensive. So we don't want to do that. We're going to scroll.
That if they did want to watch though Hulu and if they liked sports with ESPN, do you think the bundle is worth it?
I think so because it is $12.99. Like it's pretty similar, but it does if you got them both separately, but it does have the sports. So yeah.
So if there are people that love Disney, like the Hulu content, but also are really big sports fans, you know, maybe the bundle of Hulu, Disney, and ESPN makes sense, but not if you don't like all three.
Yeah, and don't feel like spending an extra $6.99 a month. So we're going to tap login even though we don't have an account yet. And it's going to take us to this page. And then at the bottom below continue, it says, if you're new to Disney Plus, you need to sign up. So we're going to tap sign up. And it will take us to entering our email address. And unless you want a bunch of emails from Disney, you can uncheck this. And then, so you'll enter your email address. So I put lhall@Curry Senior Center.org. Agree and continue. And then I'll create a password. And then once I create a password, I can enter my card details, choose the plan I want, and then log into Disney Plus, which is also just a little bit darker blue than Prime. It has Disney Plus across in white writing. And
Hey,
so,
Lauren, well, I had a question about signing up for some of these. Do most of them offer you to pay monthly, or do they also say you can pay for a year if you wanted to on your credit card, or do they want you to charge your credit card every month?
yeah, that's a good question. You can do whichever you prefer. So especially when you're first trying it out for the first time, doing it monthly is probably the best idea. So then you can cancel and you only paid for 1 month. Or if you know that it's something you're going to use all the time and for the next however long, you can pay up front. It's just
great.
kind of up to you. Yeah.
Thank
And so this is what the whole screen of Disney Plus looks like. Also, what's popular. You can filter between the different types of movies that they offer on Disney Plus. So Disney owns Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic. So if I was really wanting to watch nature show, I'll tap National Geographic and I can choose Man versus Shark if I was really into that. But you can also, so you can play here or you can add it to your list just like the other streaming platforms, and that's with the plus button. But if I decide I don't want to watch Man versus Shark, there's an X in the top right corner that I can click. And if I also decide maybe I'm into more of a Pixar show today, there's an arrow in the top left corner that I can tap. And I can tap on Pixar. And yeah, there's all, you can scroll and they have all the Pixar shows all on here. And you can also search for any particular title that you know you want to watch. So that's the search bar on the bottom, and then you tap it on the top. And I've already searched for Coco, but if I really was wanting to watch Soul, I'll search for Soul, and there it is. And I can watch it from here. And once I add this to my list, the way I get to my list with my favorite shows, I tap my little avatar, the bottom right corner, which is Remy. And it's going to be in my watch list. So the first tab on the top. And these are all the things that I've added to my watch list. And so I can just go here if I know I want to go back to these shows. These are all good shows to watch over and over again. So yeah, that is pretty much the basics of Disney Plus. It looks a lot like Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Video, Prime Video.
And I think with all of these, like I saw the word resume. I think with all of these streaming sites, you can pick up where you left off, right?
Yeah, exactly. So if I had been watching Soul, great movie, and I have 7 minutes remaining, I would just look for where it says continue watching and then tap it, and it should pick up right where I left off. So yeah, it's easy to find if your iPad died or you fell asleep or something. It's easy to figure out where you left off.
And it seems like so with all of these sites, you go to their website first on Safari and put in your email address, establish the password, and then you download the app off of the App Store.
Yeah.
And then you just enter your password that one time with the app, and then you're good to go, right?
Yeah, that's correct. It's
okay.
Pretty much the same process for each.
Cool. So I think you said there were some free apps too, right, for video streaming?
Yeah, there's a lot of free apps available for no cost. And probably the one I'm most excited about is Peacock. And so it's the black box with the white P and some rainbow dots. And so you can create an account just by going to the app. And it has all of the shows that NBC has created all on this app. And it's kind of like they kind of want to incentivize you. Some of them are you have to pay for if you have a certain account, but a lot of them are free. So if I were to sign in, well, I want to sign up, I'll just sign up. And this is completely free, as they say on the top. I'll enter my email address, create a password, and then all I have to do is tap Start Watching. And once I'm in, it shows me all the shows that I can watch for free through Peacock. And they also have live TV. So they have news, they have sports, all for free. And anything that is free or is not free, so anything you have to have a special membership for, has a purple feather in the top left corner. But everything else is free for you to watch.
Great.
Are there commercials as though you were watching NBC on television?
I think, yes, there are, but also like Hulu, they're like maximum 90 seconds. So it's not too annoying.
I think when it's free, that's when they get you.
Yeah, definitely. They have shows like they have Parks and Recreation, they have The Office. What else do they have? I think they have Downton Abbey. They have a lot of...
Probably This Is Us, probably.
Oh, yeah. They have a lot of good stuff. So, all for free. So, yeah, that's Peacock, and that came out like maybe a month ago.
Cool. I think I saw the PBS, my favorite icon in the world, PBS icon.
Yeah. So there's also PBS, which has a free option for videos, and all you have to do is, there's an option when you sign up, is to select the region you are. So I said San Francisco, so it shows me my region's shows of KQED. So this is the home screen of PBS video, and it has KQED at the top because I selected that I was in San Francisco. They have, it looks pretty similar to the other video streaming apps, and they have their featured shows. You can scroll and look for things. And they also have, if you go to shows, they have specific KQED shows. So if you go to where it says KQED at the top, these are shows that show on KQED on the TV, live TV. But there's also other shows that you can filter between. If you are feeling like watching a drama, you tap drama. And anything that doesn't have, I think it's a compass in the top left corner, is free to watch without having to pay like a donation. And so that's how you find the different shows and movies and documentaries on PBS. So they also have history. They have a lot of documentaries. They have Antiques Roadshow. Yeah, they have a lot of variation between, if you want something.
Yeah. Wonderful service. Go public television.
Yeah, I think also their system for what you pay for and what you don't has a lot to do with what's most current. So like probably the last 3 American Masters you can watch without a membership, but if you want to go back in the archives and see something from 10 years ago, that's usually where the membership comes in handy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's PBS. That's another really popular, mostly free app.
Great. Well, I have learned a ton and lots to think about.
So, Angela, is there anyone in particular that stood out to you?
I love all the choices because it depends on kind of what I'm taking away is it depends on what you're interested in. You know, I think a good idea, like Lauren mentioned, is checking out, you know, signing up for something for free for 1 month and, you know, seeing if you like it before you invest your money in it to become a member. But also checking out the free apps that we teach in other classes, right, about the library. So with your library card, you can access a lot of stuff for free as well. So look for a future video on that.
Yeah, Canopy is one that we'll talk about in our library lesson that's more kind of independent film and foreign film and stuff like that. And I think Hoopla, right? Hoopla has a lot of television and
movies
film on it as well. Mm-hmm.
Great.
Cool.
Well, I learned a lot. Thank you, Lauren.
You're welcome.
I learned a lot as well. There's so much stuff out there.
So
it's
much.
Crazy. Yeah. So thank you, Lauren, for breaking it down, for just knowing the cost and how to get to it and all of that stuff.
And thank you for everyone watching. So I hope that you enjoyed our video streaming lesson on Zoom. And we hope you'll come back for more of these.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Bye.